All right, people are coming in. So Landon, let's just get started. Just because we got 40 minutes, right? Hold on, a couple people coming in. So everyone, Landon runs a school group. He's heavy into content, like I posted in our school, and I know him because I saw an amazing Facebook ad, right, or it was an Instagram ad, where he was selling how to set up an AI avatar to do content. Which, dude, that was so legit. Like that was awesome.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the best ads I've seen in a while. Like it was pretty good. And it was like I think it was like $50, right? Or $49 to get the instructions on how to do it, something like that. So I bought it right away, went through it. It's totally legit. It's awesome. So that's how I know Landon. Then I messaged him and I pestered the shit out of him so he could come on with us and kind of share like his journey, where he got to where he is, what he's doing, all that fun stuff.
Let's go.
All right. So kind of just go into your background, man. I know I touched on it in our school, but just
Mhm.
kind of walk everyone through and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, I know you kind of posted this, but started my first agency, which I'm assuming most of you guys are agency owners, if I'm gathering
Yeah,
that.
there's a good percentage in here.
Okay,
All right,
cool.
agency owners.
Cool. Yeah. So I started my first agency when I was 14. Scaled it. We grew it to multiple hundreds of $1,000s per month, sold it to a bigger company. Um, Kind of the background on that agency, essentially what we did is around that time is when vlogging became really big. And so we partnered up with ecom brands and we just ran YouTube ads on the front of all these vlogger videos and it crushed. Like it was the easiest way to sell ecom products you could ever find.
Amazing.
Um, so yeah, had that experience, sold that, took a few years off, and then a couple of my best friends are very big in the info space. They had me join their executive team. We scaled 6 of 7 companies to over $1 million a month. Um, One of them, like I said, over to $4 million a month in 9 months. So a lot of cool stuff. But during that process, I built a really big personal brand. So had over 1 million followers across platforms, did a lot of different stuff. And what I realized is I hated how little privacy I had with that personal brand.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah. So I just completely deleted it. I just realized at the time, like it wasn't as big of a necessity for my business. And it wasn't something where there's a huge trust factor where people are going to go and use that personal brand to buy from you. And so, probably a mistake looking back at it, but just decided to delete the whole thing. And over the past couple of years, just realized as AI has evolved, like, man, this is way easier to do this again. Like I could
Yeah.
completely revamp it. So we started building. I built my personal Instagram profile up pretty big. Then kind of just like shut it to where I just had family and friends, and I'm like, hey, let's do this completely all over again and start it with AI. And it's purely like all my content. If you see it right now, like this page just started like 11 days ago. This new one that we started.
Can you
Um,
drop the page so they can check it
yeah,
out?
yeah, we're doing a bunch of trial reels right now. Um, but I'll be posting a bunch more on there. So I'll drop the at.
And these are AI reels, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not you. It's
Yeah. So I still maintain all my like creative direction. This is like a big misconception most people have with AI content is like, oh, I'm just gonna go and type some stuff in. It's gonna create content. I'm gonna make money.
yeah.
And you can do that. Like you have like the Yeti videos and all that stuff
Oh,
where
those are
like
great, man. Those
yeah,
are
yeah.
great.
Yeah, like there's definitely a utility to that. Like if you just want to have a faceless thing, but what you're going to run into is a lot of these platforms now are just going to demonetize it because it's
Yep.
not valuable to their user. But they're not demonetizing AI generated, human created, human directed content. And
Yep.
so that's one of the big things that I focus on. So I just replicated my entire system. And instead of me being on camera, because honestly, like it's one of the biggest things I hate. Like I even struggle. I used to speak on stages and now I struggle getting onto calls like this where I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I can put my face again. So um yeah, just totally different. Like it's one of those things where I can create 100 pieces of content in a week and just not pull out a camera, not have to do any of it, even all the way down to like our carousels, different things that we're going to be testing.
Mhm.
Uh, there's just a whole strategy behind it to where I'm producing the same amount of value, I'm giving the same amount of information, I'm creating the same amount of customers. My DMs are exploding. We have 260 followers on this account, and I get DMs nonstop throughout the day for people that want to come in, join the community, they want to buy products.
It's awesome.
Um, and so that's kind of the whole idea behind it is can you literally take everything that a human would do and like if you take all the big creators and I always use like Iman Ghazi as a prime example, right?
Yeah.
Guy lives off of his personal brand. Can you create that without having to be in front of a camera or constantly filming and paying all this money like Hermosi does? And you
Yeah.
can. So um,
So
Yeah,
so let me jump in real quick. So you're still have the reins of the creative side. So you're creating the hook retain reward type format and all of that stuff to make sure
yeah,
it's the way you want it to be, but you're just not filming it.
yeah,
You're giving it the formula, the words, the script, all that, and it's doing it.
yeah, yeah. So all of my to give you kind of like some background on how the process works. So even all the way down to like research, right? So we built an entire N8M workflow that we scrub competitor profiles because the main thing with content, and it's the same way as like your ads, right? So how you test ads, you're going to go and you're going to run a cycle of maybe 10, 15 different creatives. And obviously I'm no PPC wizard. My profession is in like meta ads. So um, but you're going to test all these different creatives. You're going to find hooks. You're going to just test different angles, and you're going to probably find 3 to 5 out of every 20 that you launch that are going to be great and they're going to be
Yeah.
successful. It's the same thing with organic content. Like you're testing in subsections. So what I teach people is you post 10 straight days of the same subsection in the type of content, and then you look at data, and then you do another 10 days that's totally different, and then you do another 10 days that's totally different. Over your first 30 days of doing this, you're going to have one section of content that resonates with your audience way better. It's going to have way higher performance metrics, and then
Yeah.
you just double down on it. And you kind of run the same cycle that you would with all of your ads and all that testing. So, um, yeah, that's kind of like the idea behind it. So what I did is I took an N8N workflow and I just scrub all my competitors because success leaves clues, right? What's working for them? I'm going to start with a head start, and I'm not going to have to go manually search it. I just take their Instagram handles, drop them in. It does all the research, and then I just chat back and forth with it and say, hey, make me 5 to 10 hooks or give me 10 content ideas. And
That's
essentially
crazy.
just have all my subsection to where I already know what I'm going to be posting. I can sit down on my content day and like realistically, I probably spend maybe 10 hours a week, but I'm producing a high level of content. So all my ads, all my Instagram, like anywhere where you're going to see my face is all going to be AI generated.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to be at that level. Like if you just want to focus on your Instagram page and you want to grow that, like it might take you 3 to 4 hours a week, but you can crush 100 pieces of content in that 3 to 4 hours, set it all up, have it all running and test.
So
So
when you do, so Landon, when you do like high volume stuff like that, like do you have like a drip? Like, do you have a schedule that you guys stick to drip it? Or I assume you're like spreading them out, right? You're not just hammer,
yeah,
you're doing like a couple a day, or how are you doing
yeah.
that?
Yeah, so you can do two different things. One, and again, it kind of goes back to testing, right? So it's like how granular do you want to be in your testing? So you can test different times and then look at metrics. Now that Instagram came out with their edits app, you can get way deeper analytics on what actually is working. But yeah, we'll typically what I'll do, and I've found a pretty good path for what my audience likes and what times they want me to post and what type of content. But it's typically like morning, midday, evening. And then realistically, once you find what works, you can post once today. Like there's a lot of accounts and a lot of people that I work with that only post 3 times a week and they're crushing.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's not always this, hey, you got to post 150 times a day. I would recommend not doing that because you're going to burn yourself out and you're just going to hate your job and you're going to
Yeah,
end up being a content creator more than you are a business owner.
for sure.
Um, so you don't have to do that, but there is tools like I personally manually post everything because for some reason on my account I get better engagement if I manually post it versus automatically
Interesting.
scheduling it.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know if there's validity to that right now. Like I can't say if hey there's a something with the algorithm. It's just for me for some reason my stats are better, so I just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Um, I do everything in Airtable. So after I do my creation, I just leave it in my Airtable. I just have a schedule set out, and then I basically just grab it, pull it in, write the captions. Um, I mean, you can like when we coach people, we tell people basically to write captions and have everything built beforehand because it's going to obviously speed it up way faster.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just kind of a sicko like that, where I'm like, man, I want to write this right now because it's top of head. Hooks are going to be there,
Yeah.
and I end up changing it anyways. You know, it's just the marketer in me. So um, yeah, that's kind of the whole process behind as far as that goes, like batching and all that stuff. So
It's awesome. And I don't know if you guys did you drop it in there, your at handle?
yeah, I dropped it
Yeah.
into the chat. I
So
can
you guys will see if you go to it either after this call or whenever. His videos they're awesome. Like it's amazing. It really is. Like I was surprised because I've seen people do the AI stuff before with the generated like of themselves, and there's something off, right? It doesn't the lips don't match up or something like that, or it sounds weird. But dude, these are really really good. So it's
yeah.
pretty amazing.
What we're working on now too, like with the community, is like giving you everything. So like 5 or 6 different tools that you can use, not just the one singular one. Because one thing that does happen, so how we teach it, and you know this because we teach people to train LoRa models. So if you're familiar with what a LoRa model is, um, you're going to get way better results, but it's a lot harder to train it. So what you're doing,
Walk everyone through what that is to the high
yeah,
level.
yeah, high level, like LoRa is, imagine you're training like an LLM, so just a large language model, all the information that you put into it. So AI at this point only can generate based upon what it's been trained on,
Yeah.
right? And so a LoRa model is basically the image version of an LLM, and the easiest way to explain that. So what you are doing is essentially, what I do is I take probably 100 different photos of myself, different expressions, different angles, different locations, like as much possible information about myself and different places I could be. And then I train it on all of those different images to where when I go in, I just create a prompt and say, hey, put me in New York City, smiling or laughing, looking 45 degrees to the left. And it's immediate and it looks exactly like me. It's not that like weird AI
Yeah.
character. So there is a little secret to it with my stuff. You'll notice I leave it a little bit photorealistic, like almost like GTA, if you want to call it that, a little
Yeah.
bit video gamey, because it allows people to understand, like, hey, this is AI content. Like, I'm not trying to fool you and say this is the real me, but the purpose behind it and the generation behind it is still the same.
It looks awesome, man. Whatever you're doing is fucking awesome. Like it looks fantastic, and it works, right? Like I came from one of your ads,
Yeah.
so I know it works. Right? As soon as I saw it, I'm like, damn, I gotta get this immediately.
Yeah. Well, and
It's
that's the thing too is, and like I said, it's different with PPC. Obviously, I don't know anything about it, and I tried running a PPC campaign once, and it absolutely sucks. So,
yeah,
but like with direct response on social media, the more engaging, and everyone knows this, the more engaging you can be, the better. Well, a lot of times, like if you're filming ads, like you're going to spend a whole day to film 5 or 6 ads, you're going to edit, and then they might not even work. Now you can literally crank out 15 to 20 different ads in probably a couple hours, test
yeah,
them, spend your cycle. And if none of them works, like great, just go whip out another 25 that I can do right away. So
yeah.
the whole idea behind it, and if you guys watch the VSL, there's 2 plays, like you can check it out. It's in the link in my bio on Instagram. I can drop it here. But the whole idea behind it was I hate being on camera. Like I don't want to be on camera every day. And if I can take that out of my content process, I'm going to be 100% more efficient and I'm going to make
Yes.
money. So
It's time consuming, man. When
yeah,
you got to do that, like I do, I still do it, right? Hopefully I'm not gonna be doing it because I'm going through all your stuff, but
yeah,
it is time consuming, and I don't like doing it either. I've been doing this shit for like 10 years, right? Like our
yeah.
agency channel, I do 2,000 videos of me on there, like, and I'm just like burned out from it. So it makes sense. So, question for you. Well, first off, if you guys have questions for Landon, drop them in the chat, all right, and I'll read them or whatever. But where do you think it's gonna go? Because it's accelerating fast, man. Like every 6 months, it's like a whole new world opens up again. So, like,
Mhm.
where do you think this goes in your opinion?
Yeah. So I say this a lot, and I talk to like my inner circle, a lot of my customers, my students, everyone that I work with. If you look at AI, it's not like, I even ran an ad like this, I believe, just a few weeks ago. It didn't perform very well, but the concept I thought was great. Is like if you imagine AI as like a vehicle or like a Ferrari, this is the easiest way to do it. It's moving really fast. It's, it's never going to stop. It's one of the highest performing things you'll ever get into. But if you think that like you can just throw a brick onto the gas pedal and then attach a rope to the back of it and hold on and just let AI drive you wherever you want, like
Yeah.
inevitably the car is going to crash. Like there's no one steering it. And so the whole objective with AI and like where I think it's going, especially with content creation, is it's allowing the people that stay in the driver's seat and let AI just get them there faster to win. It's never going to replace, like this is the big misconception everyone has. AI is not going to replace humans, it's going to accelerate them.
Yeah, I agree.
In every way possible. It's
Mhm.
only going to accelerate you. Now it's the people that can figure out how to stay in the driver's seat that will accelerate.
Yeah.
Uh, I know it's not the cleanest analogy, but
No, it
uh,
makes sense, man. I agree. I'm excited for it, right? Like my business partner is scared. He's like scared that it's going to replace all these things. I'm like, dude, it's good. The people who adopt it early are the ones who win.
yeah,
Like, because they're going to be in the driver's seat. They're not going to think it's like a click button and it does everything for you type situation. And we've all seen how Facebook's Advantage Plus and Google's smart ads, that they tried to do that and look what happened. It was a fucking disaster and they don't work.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I'm excited about where it goes. But I agree with you, dude. It's all about the driver's seat and who's gonna win in the end. All right, let's see what we got here. Does the recent announcements from YouTube saying they will reduce the reach of AI videos only include faceless videos, or does it include all AI video creation?
Yeah, that's a good
Question.
question. One that I get a lot, especially since they announced it. But it's been a buzz for probably a couple months now. So to answer the question, no. What they're trying to get rid of is, you guys ever scroll through like shorts on YouTube and you see like
Scary
the,
stories or whatever.
yeah, like scary stories, or there's that radio show that people always clip.
I see you, Brian. I'll get to you next.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
second callback thing or whatever it is. Like there's tons of them, right? So, but
yeah.
it's just like a video game playing in the background, or like one of those apps, Skyrunner apps, and then there's a story. It's all of that garbage that they're trying to get rid of, because it's not valuable to their viewer. And what they're realizing is like people are just trying to cheat code it to make money off their AdSense, but
Yep.
the advertisers are not making anything from it. So it's just a bad business model. Now, I'll give you a complete opposite. So like I started posting my Instagram stuff onto Shorts just recently, and it absolutely blew up. Like I posted 8 videos, and I think we got just over 50,000 views just across those 8
That's
videos.
wild, man.
And all of them are like, my at is the same on everything. So you can go to my YouTube and you can find it there too. Um, but essentially what it is like, it's still value content. Like it's me talking about a principle, talking about a concept, talking about something that's valuable. The difference is I just didn't film it. So YouTube in itself, like I'm not going to make money from AdSense on YouTube. I will tell you this, even back in the day when my channel was really big and I was posting every day and doing all that stuff, I didn't really even make money from AdSense. It's just the customers that it brought me was insane. Like
Yep.
it's, and
Exactly.
you know, it's like if you're running all your stuff through YouTube channel, uh,
We get so many customers from YouTube, and the AdSense is like $500 a month or something like
yeah,
that. It's like nothing.
yeah.
It's not comparable.
Yeah. So like they're not gonna stop pushing that to their viewers. They're gonna stop monetizing it. So you'll never have to worry about reach. You'll never have to worry about getting shadow banned. You'll never have to worry about anything unless it's just absolute garbage and just complete useless content. Then I think YouTube will probably
Yeah.
get rid of it. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Like I've had a lot of people that have been super concerned, and I'm like, just check the numbers. Like
Just do
all
real
these,
shit. You'll be fine.
yeah,
That's it. That's
yeah,
all you gotta
yeah.
do. Valuable
Watch
content. You'll be
it.
fine. Brian, I saw you had your hand up, buddy. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't have my glasses on. I can't see shit. Where are you, Brian? I don't know where he went.
I think he left.
Did he leave? All right. Can someone drop Landon social media? There it is. All right, cool. And then there was, what applications are used to create these videos?
Yeah.
Fast
So
one.
yeah, two different ways to do it. So like I said, you can train a LoRa model. And then what I do is I basically take my LoRa images and I move those over to Kling. So Kling is probably one of the most powerful AI tools you could ever use for image or video or anything. And it's not just for like creating clones. This is like literally anything, text to video that you want to make, anything. It's just far outperforms anything as far as cost goes as well. But what we do, so I'll take that photo, I'll move it to Kling, and then I'll actually sync the audio that I either generate in 11 Labs or I just do a personal voiceover sometimes if I'm in a hurry. And like, we have a workflow that'll do the audio, but there's just times where it just makes more sense for me to do the personal audio. And then I'll sync that in a software called sync.so. So that's what uses all like the lip sync. So you mentioned it earlier, like there's a lot of AI generated stuff where like the mouth looks super
Always. Yep.
choppy and shitty.
Yep.
Sync is like, and I don't know how people don't know about it yet because it's still fairly small, but it is 100 times better for doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
I would stay away from Kling's lip sync feature. It's okay. But it's all about speed, right? Like for me, I want to be fast, but I also don't want to give up quality for my customers, my viewers, my audience.
Yeah.
And once you have a good workflow, so like the secret behind what we do is you can create a subset of basically animated. Like I could probably drop one for you guys so you could understand what I'm saying. But like you create a subset of animated images to where like they're just talking. So in Kling, once you have the image, all you do is you run a prompt and you say the character is talking to the camera, or you do something simple like that. And it doesn't have any noise, like there's no audio to it, but it looks like it's doing expressions and it's talking. And then I bring that over to sync and I just sync it together so it actually says the words I want. But I
That's
have
so
like,
wild.
yeah. I have like 400 of them pre-built. So I don't really have to spend time in Kling anymore. It's like the first week of me doing this was like, okay, make everything I could possibly ever need. And most of them are just me in like a podcast studio because that's what content performs best for me. Um, but I have all of them. So like I just run over to sync. I just pull in the audio clip, sync it up quick, post it, or I'll connect. The only downside to it is you can do 10-second clips at a time. Sync does have a feature where it'll bounce the video. So like it'll basically run the whole video and then go backwards. Um, it's okay, but after like 15 to 20 seconds, what you're going to find is like there gets some weird animations that happen. So two things with short form content, obviously movement and like visual hooks are going to be really important. So it's not a problem at all. Like to me, like doing 3 separate or 4 separate 10-second clips doesn't really take that long. So
Yeah.
um, that's kind of how I do it. I just run it through, like I said. So I'll train my LoRa model. And then once I have it trained, a little cheat code you can use as well as like in Kling, just do new image generation from that base image. Again, all the stuff I teach inside of the community, but
Yeah, Joe, what's the name of the community? Drop the name in here so people
yeah,
check it
so
out if they want.
yeah, I'll just drop a direct link. So the community, I will say this is typically a bonus for our customers that buy the front end.
That's how I got in. I
Yeah,
bought the front end.
yeah. So I'll drop you guys a link to it. Um, give me 1 second
And
here.
you guys got a lot of stuff that looks like you're dropping in there, like courses,
Yeah.
trainings, and
Yeah. So we're basically giving away, like I said, we've just done so much stuff over the past, 14 years of my life. So like everything from funnels that I do, my ad strategies, like everything is all going to be in there. Just having the team put it all together.
so your current company are you guys building a personal brand content company for yourself, or is this like a coaching info product space? Like, what are you
Yeah.
guys building currently with all of the stuff you're doing?
Yeah. So our back end stuff is what you call like, I guess like, I don't want to call it coaching necessarily. But it's like a hybrid between done for you and coaching. So it's basically installing our content system and our growth system into businesses. So we give
Yeah.
people a content director, we give them all the tools, like we build out all the AI tools, so research tools, everything. We do it all for people.
Yeah. I mean, that might be something, Fessel, that we gotta look at. We gotta hook up with Landon with, man,
Yeah,
for our agency. We do a lot of
absolutely.
our stuff is not like it's not like the podcast style stuff like you do. Like a lot of stuff we do with YouTube or agency YouTube is it's case studies, like heavy
Yeah,
case studies. So stuff
yeah.
like that. But I'm sure there's something that can be done with that kind of stuff
So
too.
I have a rule, and this is I actually pulled this up because I think it's really good to share with the group here. So there's a formula that we follow for growing on Instagram that is dead simple and it's proven every single time. So we call it 70-20-10. So 70% of your content should be value first. So like this is your educational content, sometimes like comedic content, engagement based content.
Yeah.
20% of the content should be social proof. So, like you said, your case study stuff,
Yep.
and 10% should be your direct sales pitch. The problem is most businesses and most people that don't understand how the algorithm works, they'll literally just post pure sales content. Like,
Hmm.
you ever seen like the car dealership people were like, "Hey, come out to the car dealership. We have this sale going on, this sale going
Yep.
on." Doesn't work. But there's that one guy that has the funniest videos ever where he has like the reaction, like it'll be a clip from somebody else's video, and then he'll say something like just totally derogatory about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know the
And
guy
then
you're talking about.
yeah, just the older guy, just a regular
Yeah.
old Joe. He crushes. Like guy sells like 60 cars a month because that's the style of content that he has. But he
Yeah.
follows about 70-20-10. Like he does 70-20-10 in every single one of his videos, not even
Yeah.
just the full content strategy. So that's a really big thing. Like we just released what is like our 7-figure empire system. So this has like it's text based, but it's basically my entire brain. I just went and I typed out everything I would do if I was starting from zero to start basically scaling my Instagram over 90 days.
Yeah.
Uh, that wasn't in the funnel, I think, when you came through it. So
No.
um,
No. You
I'll
got
throw
the
it.
I think you guys are still doing the courses, like uploading them and stuff, right? That are in there. It looked like
Yeah,
they were still being done.
yeah. So I'll add you to that in the community as well, so you can check it out. But it's
Nice.
basically like, I just pulled it up just so I can go over it, but it basically explains everything about the algorithm for 2025. Um, the biggest thing that most people don't realize is like Instagram's algorithm is an absolute cheat code right now. So they're trying to copy TikTok's algorithm. And what they're doing is like, let's say you post a piece of content. You don't need, this is why you don't need followers. Like I can do what I'm doing with only 300 people who have actually clicked the follow button on this page. But essentially what they do is they take your content and they basically push it out to a huge section of your following, which I guess is obvious, but then they go to a specific section of non-followers. And if it meets like a certain engagement rate, they'll just crank it out to everybody.
Like TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah. So your whole idea is like, I don't need followers. I need to find hooks and I need to find content that'll at least get like 10% of people that see it to watch 3 to 7 seconds of it. And like 5% of people that watch that to actually click on it, engage with it, save it, say something, like it. Like that's all your objective is. And if you can do that every single time, you will explode. Like most of the people that have came through our funnel, and we get probably 14 people a day that come through the funnel, they literally don't even follow me. So
yeah,
it's the biggest misconception ever. And this is why I gave up on the I need a big following idea. Like I just don't care anymore. I don't even pay attention to how many followers are on the account. I pay attention.
It doesn't matter for your goals. It's irrelevant, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just totally different. Like YouTube, I would say the biggest difference between YouTube and what Instagram is the objective of what people are trying to do when they get to YouTube. Like they're going there to be educated and they're going there to solve a problem, versus like Instagram, you got to somewhat pull people from back of brain activity where they're just kind of brain rotting a little bit and then engage with them and get them to make a buying decision. But the advantage you have is very similar to, like I said, TikTok, where like the algorithm's in your favor. It has a huge advantage now in 2025 where like they want new creators that are creating content and getting people to engage, versus YouTube. Their algorithm is, I feel like, pretty standard still, to where it's about being very consistent for a long period of time.
Yeah. Engagement, retention rate, all that stuff.
Yeah. So minor differences, but I think, like I said, I just went from be excellent everywhere to be excellent in one place. And like, that's what served my business.
So Instagram is the easy lever for right now.
Yeah. I would say it's like, there's 2 reasons why. One, it's faster to create content for short form. Like it always will be. Like you know, YouTube there's a lot of planning that goes into a great YouTube video. There's a lot of editing, just a different process. And like, you just can't produce 2 to 3 long form videos per day. It's just not going to work. Like unless
the editing alone, dude, is too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
Especially if you do like a fucking 20-minute video, like you're gonna go and edit that thing. It's like, dude, like
yeah. And so that's where, like I said, I looked at what is my objective for my business, and like we're gonna still post content on YouTube. We're gonna go back to it, especially now that we're growing as far as like our back end stuff is getting really big, and we're getting a lot of people that have a lot of interest in it. But I don't know. I just felt like for me, I can reach hundreds of thousands of people way faster with way less input and still engage and get them to at least see something of mine or show interest. And whether I retarget them, or whether they buy right away, or whether they follow me, or whether they DM me, like
they're in your ecosystem.
Yeah, they're there. So that was my thought process behind it.
Awesome. All right, we got a couple questions still here. So what's the average conversion rate into paying clients from your videos, paying clients from your videos?
Yeah.
I would imagine that's got to be all over the place, right?
Yeah, I can give you some realistic numbers. The one thing I will say, so like if you ran Facebook ads, right? So typical numbers on Facebook ads, you're gonna get about 2% of people to click through. And our purchase rate on our funnel right now is like 6%, which is really high. So like average is 3.5%, 4%.
Yeah.
So like 6%. So if you take 6% of 2%, you can start counting down the numbers of like how little of people actually buy from your ads. With our content, I have like a 9% profile visit to low ticket purchase rate. So it is tremendously higher.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why is like there's a variety of what people can go experience. So like they can go watch 5 or 6 different videos. They can see different things. They can get the sample. Like the strategy behind what my page is like it's a case study for what you're about to buy. So like you can see all the different types of videos that I'm creating.
That's how it got me, dude. That's exactly what got me. You know what I mean? The message match was perfect for what I was looking to do, and you were right there with, hey, Here's what I do. Here's how you can do it too.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
But Holmes, one more too. There's what are some limitations you experience while doing this? That's actually a good question.
Um, Depends on what you mean by limitations. So
I would think this the 10-second clips is the only limitation there is.
yeah, the biggest limitation is like 10-second clips. At first, like if you're just going out and shooting in the dark, like a little bit of it is, well, what do I actually create? And that's why we started adding on our backend system, like basically the 90-day roadmap. Here's what to do. Here's when to post it. All that stuff. Um, I guess for me, like I said, my daily limitation at first was like I didn't have all of the assets built, right? So like when you first start doing it, your objective shouldn't be, hey, how can I post content tomorrow? It's, hey, how can I understand, how can I create all of these different assets and have all of these pre-built like talking head videos that I can go sync to where every time I have a content idea, it's just me writing a script, pulling it from 11 Labs. Like you realistically, you don't have to do the voice. Um, I have my team build like another N8M workflow where I can just type the script that I want. It'll go sync it. It'll do all of it for me. But I
Wow.
still manually do it. Like I'm a little bit of a content nerd and I just love the aspect of testing and metrics and all that stuff. So like I like a lot of control. Now, if you're looking for less control and you just want something that like, hey, I can be consistently posting content, then I would say it's more so about building a large level of assets and then having some form of workflow, some form of streaming system where like I just create the ideas, I give it the direction, and then all the videos get created for me.
Yeah.
Um, the other limitation I would say is at a certain point, I would say you need to hire an editor. Like obviously my team has one. Um, but to be at like a hyperscale, no, you don't need to be at hyperscale. But if you want to start pushing 6 figures a month through an Instagram channel, like I would 100% hire an editor. And you can find good ones everywhere. Like we
Yeah.
pay, yeah, we pay short form editors like $1,500 a month and they crank out our edits for
Yeah.
us.
You
So
can get it. Ours is around the same price too for YouTube stuff, and you can find really good talent for that.
yeah. So
Brian had a question too. He bailed earlier. Brian, you there?
Yeah, sorry about that. I got a customer call.
No worry. Jump in, man. We got a couple of minutes left.
Yep. I was just going to ask, Landon, how much of your time goes into just this one channel? Is this like your full-time, you know, operations to go after this Instagram, channel and then, publishing this content? And how much time does it take for you to develop that content? And you're mainly positioning this course to solve the problem of our own marketing. Is that correct?
yeah.
I,
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how much time it takes to run through your process
yeah.
and implement it for my own business, right? And then am I only using that one channel versus, all the other channels that we might be operating in already?
Yeah. So I'll try to answer all of these in one swing. So
Okay.
to answer the question of how much time does it take? So I spend 1 day a week on my content and I have full control over it. Like I still do 95% of the editing myself. It's more so like our complex stuff like ads when I want to test a lot of them that I drop off to my editor. So I spend 1 full day a week just creating content and that's one post a day. Like it's not like well, I shouldn't say one, it's one video per day, but our carousels take 20 minutes to make. So that's about how much time I would expect. Like if you want to post every day for 7 days straight, I would expect to spend about 4 to 5 hours once you have all the assets built, just putting everything together. And when you have a structured plan and you have a system behind it and you have research, you're like, hey, I already know exactly what I'm going to create all 7 of these days. You can even shrink that down like 3 to 4 hours. Like it's not one of those things where like, I guess people overthink it and they want these fancy edits. They want all this stuff. They want like the flashes, the motion graphics. Like I'm telling you, none of that shit matters. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's about how much time. What was the second part of the question? I wanted to make sure I answered that first.
I guess what I was also asking is so you're spending 1 day to develop all the content for for that week. So you're really looking at 4 days a month, right? Building out, if you're posting every day.
Mhm.
And from this, is this your core offering? Meaning is like this is the only thing that you offer and you're really not, getting into other items. this is how we should position it for each of the items that we offer. So, for example, since you're pushing this for Instagram and video, would it be, 3 days a week to cover ads too, as well as maybe they're part of doing SEO like me,
Sure.
right? Maybe I should have that as its own category, right? Because it sounds like the prep for each of the sections is about 8 hours, right? Or 6 hours. If I was doing the carousel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So to explain, and I guess my entire business model, obviously, like I still run a business, so I don't just produce content. In the whole position of the business, so it's called optins.io. So we focus on pure front end acquisition. So we do have paid ads products, we have different stuff. So if you look at it in subsections, I create all my content around our organic acquisition just because the market's way bigger. Like there's more people that can actually fit into that versus like what I do with paid ads. Typically, people are doing 100K plus per month. Like if I'm going to spend my time working with someone that's doing the paid ads route for my industry, it's a little bit different of a customer. So we don't necessarily push as much content for that. But as far as like sections, so like different offers, what I would always recommend, and my personal advice to you is like to be successful in the content game, it's the rule of ones, like one direction, one platform, one offer for as long as I possibly can milk that out. Because what happens is like if you're trying to be in everything mode, you'll be nothing on the backside. Like the more you try, I want to do this, 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 and this, and I want to do content for this, like it's really hard for the algorithm to pick up what is your audience and what are you trying to do for that audience. Does that make sense?
It does, unless you have different channels.
Right.
What
right.
I understand. Because
Yeah.
really, if you have different channels, you really could target that towards those different specific
Absolutely.
channels.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that was gonna be my next point is like, what you can do is you can create a web of different accounts that have different purposes. So one of the things that we've tested, and we haven't even shown people this, I haven't given anyone the app for it because I'm purely testing it on trials,
I want it.
is the whole account, start it from fresh, and all that it is reels. Like it's 100% reels. There's no videos, there's no, or not reels, carousels. So it's 100% carousels, all educational, 100% of the account. I do not post any videos. That's all it is. And the purpose for that is like the whole account is teaching people how to create the carousels that are on the page. Like that's the whole idea behind the account. So yes, you can definitely do that, but I just don't think you would ever find yourself in the beginning. I will tell you, you are going to spend a lot of time learning. Like it's going to feel uncomfortable and you're like, man, there's a lot of different things in here. But what the whole goal is like I said, building all of the assets and the workflows and the structures to where I have an idea, I can input this idea into that workflow, and it doesn't take but maybe 20, 30 minutes of my time. I can crank out the content and I just sit down and I spend a full day doing it. So
all right, hold on, Landon, hold on. We're about to get booted. All right, so you're gonna have to come back for a part two because I think
Sorry.
as of right now, you may be our most popular guest that we've had on.
okay, yeah, I can
So quickly, how can people find you before it kicks us out of here?
Yeah, drop the link in the page. My at is here. Obviously, I'll post this again. Hurry up.
Sorry to hit you with tough questions.
And then drop the link to the front end product too. So if you guys want to check that out.
Awesome. I will get with you again. If you want to come back on again, everyone will love that. I'm going to post this in school today so everyone who missed it can see it. And everyone, we got to get out of here. Have a great weekend. Landon, you're the man. Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Great. Great stuff. Later, guys.